Swagatam Suswagatam. A very good evening and a warm welcome to all you beautiful people out here. My name is Drashti and I am your virtual host. It brings me immense happiness and pleasure, and when we are celebrating festivals which are right around the corner, I welcome you all to a Vision in Voice episode number 5. Today we are going to talk about our own very culture and heritage. We are going to talk about the folk, our folk dances, our folklores, and how preserving them is such an important aspect to our lives. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again I have a few people who have joined me here. जय श्री कृष्ण आप सभी को जन्माष्टमी और गोकुलाष्टमी की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. Here, as you read the title Folk Fusion and Folklore, my today's guest is an eminent personality in the theatre world. We have Punita Hirani. She's a dance director and a choreographer who's joining us today. She's an award-winning artist. Jai Shri Krishna came show. Welcome.
Hello, Jai Shri Krishna. Happy Janmashtami to all of
Happy
you.
Janmashtami and Gokulashtami to everybody out there. A few people have joined in. We have Madhu Rane, Stuck, AKS, DJ Kailash, and many others. So all these people are going to be joining today, but we will continue our session and we'll welcome our participants here as and when they want to take part in the live session. And as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we are going to talk about folk fusion and folklore from none other than Punita Hirani. As I mentioned, she's a dance director. She's a wonderful choreographer and a brilliant artist by herself. When you see her performing, I'm telling you, don't go on her age right now or don't go on her appearance right now. But once when you start seeing her dancing, I think that's absolutely mesmerizing. And I am in love with the way she dances.
You yourself is a wonderful dancer too. I've seen you dancing.
Yes, thank you so much. So dance has been a wonderful part of my life. But it's always about something that you want to perceive or what you are more passionate about. And anchoring has got me here. लेकिन ये जो डांस का कीड़ा है वो तो innate quality थी ही. And कुछ skills हमने भी थोड़े try की. I trained myself as a Bharatanatyam dancer and performed my Arangetam. That was my first graduation in Standard 9.
Wow.
Talking about the graduation, Punita Ben, I think it's time for us to hear about आपकी कहानी अब तक की. हम हमारे ऑडियंस को बता दें कि आपने 3 various 3 forms basically Manipuri, Bharatanatyam and the folk dances from eminent personalities, big names of the industries. आपने उनसे ये सारी चीजें सीखी है और ये कला and the skills प्राप्त की है. Lekin, how did the journey begin? So, what was it all about that Punita was looking forward to as a child, as a teenager, as a youngster? What was it all about?
Like when I was very small, very young, very small, my parents discovered that I am into dancing. Like I used to dance on my own. I used to make my own songs and dance on my songs, and used to perform just in front of guests or just like that. No, if nobody is around, then also I'm dancing. So I dance myself out. I just enjoy my dancing. Then my parents discovered that I'm dancing and she must learn ahead. And they took me to Manipuri teacher, Kanan Tanna. She was staying just close to our place. And then I started journey of Manipuri dancing. She's a beautiful dance teacher and a lovely lady, and she saw seeds. It was like learning discipline, dance, and with a focused vision. I used to learn that Manipuri because when we were small, it's really small, maybe 2nd or 3rd standard I was, and that time dances were not much in. But starting Manipuri was a dream come true for me. Like any form of dancing, learning for me is like a dream. Like I'm doing something very new into that.
It's a
Then I
never
went
ending ocean.
to,
It's like a deep dive and never ending ocean. Learning can never be complete.
still when I teach my students, I feel like still I'm learning from them. While
Yeah.
teaching, I'm learning a lot. Yeah. Then I went to Bharatanatyam. I learned Bharatanatyam. I had my training in Bharatanatyam from a Parsi teacher. She's a Arni Tata, and I almost 6 to 7 years I learned Bharatanatyam, and later I went to folk dancing when I entered college. When I was in just 11th standard, I started my dancing into with folk dancing under Indumati Lele, a great teacher. Yeah, she's absolutely superb teacher for folk dancing, and I'm very much privileged that I was trained under her, and I'm strong enough to teach my students. At least just I follow her path.
Lovely. So I think the importance of having such gurus in life is definitely something exceptional that does
Absolutely.
wonders for you. You know, if you have the right guru with you and the
Correct.
right mentor, that is the reason
Yes,
it is so important to, and you know, the
absolutely.
significance of a teacher is so much valued. पुनीता जी,
Yeah.
आप हमें बताइए कि फोक की जर्नी आपकी जब आपने स्टार्ट किया तभी का फोक कैसा था? आई थिंक वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सम 20-30 years बैक, उस जमाने के फोक के बारे में. जैसे आज का मैंने टाइटल भी डाला है, फोक फ्यूजन एंड फोकलोर. सो हम हमारे लोक
Absolutely.
गीत के बारे में, लोक साहित्य, लोक नृत्य के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. सो with the changing times, of course, everybody of us upgrades and keeps ourselves updated to the latest version of ourselves. तो उसमें ये
Right.
फिल्म की कहानी एज अ सिग्निफिकेंस, एज अ मैटर ऑफ प्राइड, एज अ मैटर ऑफ कल्चर जो था, और आज एक फ्यूजन फोक को देखे, तो ये कैसा ट्रांजिशन आप देखती है, एंड व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स अबाउट दिस, एंड व्हाई इज इट इम्पोर्टेंट, you know, to have our culture and some ethical values of our culture preserved to us and passing it on to our next generation. What are your thoughts about this?
See, folk is like a parent body. It's like what we are getting through it. It's generation and generation pass through, and our ancestors or whoever, like earlier tribal people used to dance, and they used to draw on that carved on the caves, and
Yes.
we came to know about dancing, like how dancing appeared. They used to dance to make merry, to have fun. Since that time, dance is there. There is no particular form of dancing, but just state wise or the land wise or the
They have some peculiarities. Yeah.
yeah, they have their special things about folk. Like, so folk is the parent, like God, like it is very flowy. There is no rules, there is no regulations, there is no control over folk. Like, if you are dancing into Gujarat, it is Garba, Dandiya, you have fun. It's Rajasthan, Ghumar and all. So it's
Yeah.
like we follow the music, the original music of that particular folk. In that time, it was so authentic and it was rooted. Like nowadays, it has become like a circus.
Counted as a circus. Oh my God. Yeah, but that's a fact.
That's a fact. And people like that. People love that, love to see all those things. But still, I really feel that we must stay connected to our roots. Like folk is very much connected to the earth. It is very earthy dance. It is connected to the people, with the soul, with the routine life of their culture, their habitat, their atmosphere, their surroundings, their farming. Everything is
So
connected.
all of the things that they used to do and practice in the entire day were also,
Yes.
presented. That was like a visual representation that we
Correct.
refer to in dance and also in paintings, as you rightly mentioned. Be it the
Absolutely.
Manipuri painting or be it the tribal, what is it called? I just have the name here, but I'm not able to recollect.
Varli.
The Varli painting, exactly. So all of these things make so much of sense because yes, our ancestors used to practice all of these things, and उसमें की ही कुछ बहुत ही स्पेसिफिक चीजें जनरेशन बाय जनरेशन आगे पास होती गई है, और आज हम जो जनरेशन नेक्स्ट में आ गए हैं, यानी कि हमारी युवा पीढ़ी और हमारे से भी छोटे जो यंगस्टर्स हैं उनके लिए फोक के मायने बहुत अलग है. लेकिन
Very
I
different.
remember in our school time, Punita ji, in our annual functions, every time, they used to have this state level, and
Yeah,
every category of folk involved into our annual day. So that used to be
right.
like one big celebration. But today the
Absolutely.
system has also changed. There are a lot
Now,
many other activities going
what is
on.
happening? Yeah, what is happening now? Folk is limited to particular competition. That's it.
Yes.
Like youth festival or some school competition or some zonal level competition. So it is just limited to that. Kids are not aware of the real folk this time. Only few people, few children who takes part in those competitions, they are aware of that particular dance. Later on, vanished. People, and they don't want to know about it. It is
Know
like,
about the interest. Yeah,
there is
that
no
interest is not
about it.
cultivated.
Yeah,
I mean, see now when a person looks up to a television and जो आप टीवी में देखते हैं, जो हमारे एक्टर्स को परफॉर्म करते हुए देखते हैं, वो वाली
yeah,
बातें क्लासिकल एंड
correct.
क्लासिकल डांसेस आर स्टिल रिटेन्ड, बट फोक तो कहीं कुछ गायब ही हो गया है ऐसा लगता है.
Yeah, and they just want to have glamour. They just want to see glamour. Though folk has its own glamour, the simplicity
Of course it
glamour.
does.
I
Yes.
really feel like this simplicity is the best thing into folk. What people are not actually seeing. So their vision has changed, like to the original thing to a remix thing. They want to see all remix things, the upgraded things, the
Yeah.
shiny, glittery things. Yeah, but very few are there who really admire and really into original, authentic folk dances or folk musics and folk culture. Studies are still there, but
All
very
that
few.
glitters is not gold. We know it very well. But
Yeah.
rather old is gold. तो मतलब ये
Gold
एक
is
जो
gold.
चार्म है ये चीजों का, वो नो मैटर कि उसपे कितना भी अलग कोई चीज का उसपे पॉलिशिंग भी हो जाए, आई थिंक इट इज स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ, इट इज स्ट्रेंथी इनफ टू रिटेन इट्स ओन चार्म. एंड फॉर द वन वो सच में वो इंटरेस्ट है या एक पर्टिकुलर चीज पर वो आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, आई थिंक एज वी सेड that it's a deep, vast ocean full of learnings. Coming back to learning, yeah, right. So coming back to learning, I would like to know कि आपने अभी बहुत सारे गुरु के नाम लिए जिनके पास से आपने अलग अलग कलाएं प्राप्त की है. Rather, talent is God given, but the skills is what you develop as your own under various mentorships. So you've had this opportunity to get yourself trained under various gurus. You were out there when the theater, commercial theaters were running their shows. You were performing as an artist. You were choreographing shows. Worked with eminent personalities like Hema, Malini ji, and under their troupe. So it's like a varied and different kind of experiences that you collected to yourself.
Yeah.
But what are those important learning experiences from these personalities? आप यदि अगर हमें कोई इंसिडेंट याद करके या कुछ एक एपिसोड ऐसे शेयर करके कि इनसे तो मैंने ये चीज सीखी है और ये दिस इज समथिंग आई एडमायर अबाउट माय गुरु द मोस्ट, what are these things? I am really curious to know.
See, all my teachers are so lovely, and I was always a pat student of like fan student of the teachers. They used to like me a lot. My Bharatanatyam teacher in Arni Tata, she used to treat me like daughter only. She never had treated me as a student.
Sorry to interrupt, but having spoken about this is the same lady who's a Parsi lady, right? And
Yes,
her it was so much at that time, at that era, being a Parsi, she was a renowned classical Bharatanatyam dancer. That was an achievement in herself for her.
And you won't believe, it was not allowed in her family to learn dancing. She was, she used to run from the house and she used to learn these dancing, Bharatanatyam. And she didn't have that time fees also to pay her gurus. Very, very, very much struggle she has done to learn Bharatanatyam and come into this field. Otherwise, it's very difficult in that era to be in this field. Dancing is a very different and that earlier it was not very much famous about dancing. It was always kept aside. dancing is okay, हाँ dancing ठीक है,
एक्स्ट्रा
नहीं.
करिकुलर वाले में डाल देते हैं, बट
Yeah,
पुनीता जी आई थिंक अभी के सिचुएशन भी वैसे ही है. इवन व्हेन एज अ चाइल्ड हम जब करने की कुछ कोशिश करते थे तो हमें यही कहा जाता था कि पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दो. Of course, we
right.
understand the importance of having a proper degree and all the jazz that comes along. लेकिन उसी में एक ऐड करते हुए the recent education policy, the national education policy 2020 now
Yeah,
gives the liberty to students
Manipuri.
to have vocational
Absolutely.
subjects also as their main subject. So I think
Right.
2020 has its own charm also कि जितना हम negativity experience कर रहे हैं, I think कुछ changes for better भी हो रहे हैं.
Yes, we'll gain something new. Yeah.
Yes.
The
Sorry,
students
but
will have
coming back
something.
to your gurus, let's continue your story. Yeah. About
Yeah.
your learning.
Learning. Then Didi was very strict. Like I got all my coordination thing, my physical training thing from her. Like she never used to give up on rehearsals. We never used to give up on rehearsals. Nowadays, kids want they shows us time. Miss
Yeah.
11 baj gaya. We have to go for class. So
Yes.
we can't hold them for the rehearsals. We have to leave them for their own classes or job or whatever.
Correct,
But
correct.
in our times, we used to just spare time only for rehearsals. We have to get trained, physical, mental, everything. The whole development of your personality is dependent on that rehearsals time. Those
Yes.
training time. Those trainings are so important to your life because right that time you don't never realize that this is going to be tiring or not, but later now I realize how good it was and how positive sits is so into me that what I became is just because of all those hard work rehearsals and all.
True. Yeah,
And
and I happy to share in that my input. I think it's the very first thing. The rehearsals are a great stress buster. People are
Absolutely.
doing workouts now, dance workouts in forms of your danka, garba, or even bhangra, remix. And now it's everything combined and it is taken as a proper fitness form also. So it has been practiced also in an according way.
Yeah.
I mean, dance is something that also flows into various many things, fitness being one. As I rightly mentioned, it's an absolute stress buster. Rather कि अगर आप frustration किसी और चीज पे निकल रहा हो, वो अगर ऐसी कुछ अच्छी चीज से निकल रहा हो, what better than that?
Correct. It's truly meditation. It's true meditation.
And it's a kind of meditation, absolutely. Like the body aligns to itself after you perspire like for your 3 hours and exercise, man ki shanti and your enjoyment alag.
Right. And you really sparkle with your sweats,
Absolutely, you do. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं एंड ऑल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट कि हम बात कर रहे थे ये नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी की. तो पुनीता जी, आपके स्टूडेंट्स या आपकी इतने सालों की जर्नी में आई एम श्योर आपने भी ये देखा होगा कि आज कोई एक स्टूडेंट बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड है कोई एक डांस फॉर्म सीखने में, उसे परफॉर्म करने में, उसे करियर बनाने में, लेकिन देयर आर मेनी चैलेंजेस एंड हर्डल्स दैट वन फेसेस. सो व्हाट आर दीज चैलेंजेस एज स्टूडेंट्स दैट you understand as a teacher that these are a few challenges and agar ye better ho jaye, so it kind of eases the process for parents, for students to also keep pursuing and keep not dance as a hobby, rather take it as a full-fledged career. What is your view?
See, everyone thinks about the financial condition. Like in this career, like in the dance career, it's not that strong. Like when you see a financial situation or earnings or what outcomes or what inputs you're going to give, it's not going to matter in a big form, right? So when you think about that, like if I ask my students, you are so good at dance, why don't you pursue in dance? Miss, baad mein kya? We have to earn, we have to run families later on. So they want to go ahead with their other profession like CA hai ya engineering hai, any doctor hai. They go ahead with that. Like one of my students, she's an excellent dancer. She became a dentist. Right now, she jumped back to dancing again after becoming dentist.
Yes.
Yeah. So they later on, when they really realize that no, this is not me, this is me. So they again come back to dancing. Right. But surely that's always, I don't know, it's a sad thing or a good thing, but see, dancing is kind of fulfilling your passion, your inner soul. So it is not about only getting money or incomes. I never used to teach dancing for earnings. It was just my passion of teaching. It is just passion to dance enough. That's it, what I wanted always. So may some people don't take teaching dance or dance as a career and getting earnings out of it. Right now we have a vast audience. We have a big stage. We are like my daughter. She herself is a learning contemporary. She's learning jazz. She's learning Kathak as well, and she's doing folk and everything with me. She performs with my troupe. She's this child. She's with me, but when it comes to later on, so she has to complete her studies. She has to pursue in some subject. She wants to do dance along with psychology. So all those things are coming together. Like any student or any young, he or she will not only think of dancing as a career, but along with something else, they will do it. Totally, it's very difficult for one to take purely dance as a career.
That's right. That's right.
And right now, there is no teacher. There is YouTube is a teacher.
Yeah, absolutely, for many. And why not? Come on.
No, but I don't agree with that, because you don't learn correctly. You don't learn correctly. You don't learn with discipline. See, when it comes to learning,
that part is there.
Focus and discipline has to be there, and that is always a one-on-one basis. Like right now I'm teaching online, but they all are enjoying, I am enjoying, but still that satisfaction is not there. Usne correct nahi kiya, thoda idhar se udhar, all those things appear. So
my sir, when I was performing Bharatanatyam, and if we would do any mistake, वो नट्टू अंगम वाली जो stick होती थी ना, वो जाके पड़ती थी elbow पे, knee पे, जो भी, and उनका aim भी, we used to hate him for the 5th, 6th and 7th, like 3 prominent years that he had taken his position, and there was a sudden shift of female tutor to a male teacher, and this person is so strict, and I was like, Mom, I don't want to continue anymore. Number one, I do not like this person. I do not enjoy myself now.
See,
and then it was, so many years, and there are secondary school mein aapki 7th, 8th, 9th grades ke studies and everything also used to be not an easy cup of tea, So there was a lot going on. But I connect with you. कि तभी जो चीज हम hate करते थे, आज वही चीज के लिए हम कितने ज़्यादा thankful है. We are so we express our gratitude as and when possible.
Right. Yeah. So always, so YouTube is just there to spread your talent. It is not about like one learns from it. Though there are so many tutorials, there are so many videos on YouTube. I know it's really good to have one cannot reach some good teacher. They can really learn. But what I really believe is one-to-one Guru Shishya Pratha has to be there.
Absolutely. I think that's the whole cool thing that we dwell ourselves into and believe that. And it has its own beauty and charm, undoubtedly. But for the ones who want to,
it's a correct connectivity with the teacher and student. Otherwise, like online, wo idhar dhyan, udhar dhyan, there is no connectivity. And for years, one teacher, one student, there is a pure connectivity within the personality, within your in, outs, goods, bads, how she improves, how a teacher improves in their behavior, disciplines them. So that everything connects in a student.
Right. I think we have a comment that says this is by Sonal Mehta 93. One-to-one attachment is feelings very get personal. Okay, so like that is what she's trying to explain here, that one-to-one attachment jo Guru Shishya wala hai, that is also here. We have a wonderful dancer with us, Divya Soni, who is a part of the live chat. She has some inputs. She says, agree with you, Punita ji. One-on-one teaching, dancing or anything that comes perfect and graceful, just like you dance. So we have all the lovely people who are joining us, and we have some good takeaways from their comments also.
Right.
So we agree with you, Divya, and we agree with the rest of you. Also, a quick hi to everybody else who has joined in. I am Abhijit Pawar, Panchal Aruna, Divya Soni, Shaila Shah, Nair Vishal, Sapna Bora, Manish Joshi. Manish Joshi is a brilliant singer and a performer. Then we have many others. So a quick hi, hello to everybody. हम दोनों की तरफ से पुनीता जी जो कि एक बहुत ही ब्रिलियंट डांस डायरेक्टर है, कोरियोग्राफर है, और मैं आपकी होस्ट फिर एक बार आप सभी को बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ देते हैं जन्माष्टमी और गोकुलाष्टमी की. Well, we are talking about some exciting topic that we have chosen, that is folk, fusion and folklore. और इसमें आगे बढ़ते हुए हम एक अच्छा टॉपिक अब टच करने वाले हैं, is how in terms of perseverance. Punita ji, I remember once we also had to discuss this, and because मैं आपको जब पहली बार मिली थी, मुझे नहीं पता आपको वो याद है कि नहीं, but I just try to go into flashback and re-spark the memories. So I used to perform for a show which was initiated by you, but वो एक पूरा चैप्टर, पूरा एक फर्स्ट सीरीज कंप्लीट हो गया था. यू वर नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. आई वॉज द सेकेंड कंटिन्यूटी शो का हिस्सा, और हमारे साथ हमारे कुछ परफॉर्मर्स थे जो हम बहुत अच्छे दोस्त बने थे. हम नवरात्रि फेस्टिवल एंजॉय करने के लिए, मतलब आज से 10 साल की बात है, आई थिंक इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 8 to 10 years ago, that I think we were performing in one of the Kanchipuri grounds.
Yeah, Malpani ground.
मालपानी ग्राउंड, या एग्जैक्टली, सी यू रिमेम्बर. तो मालपानी ग्राउंड में हम ऐसे परफॉर्म कर रहे थे. हमने एक दिन चूज किया था कि ये तो आरती से, मतलब कोई आए ना आए, हमारा ग्रुप आरती से होना चाहिए, एंड पूरा टिल इट एंड वी आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म. And we were not expecting it because I was dressed, my few other friends were half dressed, not completely dressed, but we were just there to have our own time and have that the passion coming out in the right way. And finally एक group मिला था जिनके साथ हम perform कर सके. हम perform कर रहे थे, and then you and somebody else in the judging team were going across. I remember you smiling at me, I smiled back to you. आप हमें observe कर रही थी काफी टाइम से, and finally एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लिया या कुछ तो हुआ, आपने बुलाया, and you asked me whether you and your troupe are performing students or you are just out there enjoying. That is why I happen to tell you that yes, we have been performing and we are a part of this group and we perform. थोड़ा सा मुझे धक्का लगा ना कि क्या हो गया, मतलब. So I was like just trying to understand, and तभी you told me that I am Punita Hirani and जो पहला शो था वो आपसे ओरिजिनेट हुआ था, and that was a wonderful moment of connect, and we have been connected. धार्मिक कनेक्शन है कि various platforms, प्लेटफॉर्म पे नवरात्रि में कुछ खास ऐसी इवेंट पे हम आपस में हमारे प्रोफेशन की वजह से है, वापस मिले हैं, and then eventually we have become very good friends, and I think we also have a little bit of guru शिष्य connect. हालांकि मैंने आपके अंदर कभी परफॉर्म नहीं किया है, आपसे ज्यादा सीखा नहीं है, लेकिन कुछ समय जो नवरात्रि के दिनों में अगर आप होती है वहां पे और आपके साथ, that 10 minutes are also like a visual. So that was my journey with you. Alright, now coming back to the topic, I just got carried away, कि हम क्या टॉपिक पे बात कर रहे थे. So नवरात्रि की बात करें, आज गोकुलाष्टमी है. Today is an important eminent festival of our Indian culture. नवरात्रि इस साल पता नहीं कैसी होने वाली है, नहीं होने वाली है कोविड के कारण, लेकिन ये सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स की भी बात करें, जो हम हमारे फोक या कल्चर की बात कर रहे हैं, फेस्टिवल्स भी बहुत ही एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है यही सारी चीजों. आई एम ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज आई रिमेम्बर मेरी मम्मा जब मुझे कभी कभी कुछ चीजों के लिए बोलती है, कि हम तो ऐसे सेलिब्रेट करते थे, यू गाइज आर आउट डूइंग नथिंग. एंड सारे फेस्टिवल्स का जो चार्म जिस तरीके से ओरिजिनेट हुआ था, जैसे सेलिब्रेट किया जाता था, वो धीरे 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 इट हैज बीन डिटीरियोरेटिंग, एंड वी फियर दैट इट कुड टर्न आउट टू बी अ ह्यूज लॉस अगर हम ये सारी चीजों से डिस्कनेक्टेड हो जाए. टॉकिंग अबाउट दहीहंडी टुडे, जो हम आज से, जब हम बचपन में ऐसे पूरा दिन रुकते थे कि कहाँ से the last one, everybody who used to try and patient kids, we would always go कि नया ट्रक आया है, हम नीचे जाएंगे, देखेंगे. पूरा शाम कहीं ना कहीं नहीं मजा आ रहा है. So festivals are also losing its charm, talking about another festival, which is the Navratri festival, which is a platform for many. बहुत सारे
Right.
लोग अपना पैशन के लिए आते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग अपनी भक्ति अदा करने को आते हैं माता जी के लिए. And
Yeah.
others are out there. A few of them just want to have fun. Few of them are there to accompany their friends. Few are working on that. There are
Yeah.
technical.
So,
and so many things.
early Navratris. Nowadays, the early Navratris.
Oh yeah, and the late ones also. And
Later on.
उसके बाद कहाँ क्या खाना है, that is the major charm. So it's like
Yeah.
a celebration for everybody. Coming back to
Right.
the Navratri platforms, Punita ji, I would want you to address, because you have been judging these competitions. You've been judging students on the basis of their talent, like their true passion and the talent and the skills that they have to show. आपने क्या observe किया है? What are the current trends? यानी कि एक ऑर्गेनाइजर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जानने की कोशिश करें कि आज कोई खेलने आता है या कोई पार्टिसिपेंट भी होता है. What are the things connected to all of these festivals and all of these competitions rather?
Yeah, see, what I believe Navratri is a truly festival of strength, like Shakti,
Correct.
Mataji. Devi ki Shakti ka festival hai.
Yeah.
See, why we play Navratri? Why do we play Garba all 9 days, all 10 days? It is earlier ladies never used to get time to do any other entertainment things.
Yes.
So these 9 nights are the best nights for them. And while playing these Garba and Dandiya throughout Navratri, they used to gather strength for their whole year. It was a total like powerful thing for them. And nowadays it has become a competitive level. Like, you go to Navratri, it is seen only people playing for prizes, which I never did it. Like, my father used to carry me when I was really very small, and he used to play for 10 days with me, carrying me. When my daughter was small, I used to carry her and play throughout Navratri. Like in Falguni, people must have seen me all 10 days playing with Khushali in my kammar. And during my pregnancy, I used to play Garba till last month of my pregnancy, because till October was Navratri and November was my due. But I used to be there within my group, dancing inside my circle, and guiding them how to change the steps and all. So it is just a powerful thing. It is like going through it, going within it. It is not about showing someone like I'm doing good. It is not showing anybody that I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not showing anyone that I'm dressed better than you. No. So people right now are spending so much for costumes and looks and traditional outfits and huge things, which I never believed.
Rather a show off than the actual element.
So these competitions through Navratri, like best dress, best couple, it is good to give them a little appreciation.
Yeah.
But I really don't feel that this is needed anywhere. Navratri is festival of just enjoyment and strengthening yourself. You have to become powerful within those days. But instead of doing that, they are giving away their strength and their energy into dressing up and dancing for someone else. Like if the judges are coming, they dance like this.
Yes, that's hilarious at some level.
Judges are gone. She's tuss. Oh, judge aiva. Now play. So all those, I really laugh inside, and I feel pity for them. But that's okay. Like the generation is like that. The overall organization is like that. Slowly, very slowly. We never had competitions. Like we play, and some parents feel like some organizer feels like, this girl played well, this boy played well. Chalo, 11 rupiya apo, and khushi. So that khushi became prizes later on. And then prizes became very big prizes later on. And then prizes became like envelopes, like 2 days tours, 2 days course.
And then the bikes and the holidays. And now it's like a commercial platform but क्या करें, मतलब that is some way, and as one person we cannot do much about it. But I think rather encourage our folks, encourage our students, encourage our children to make them understand that, hey, listen, you're going out there, but that is with this purpose. आप अपनी मजा मस्ती सारी चीजें करिए, but do not forget the roots. Basically, coming back to that, Punita ji, once again, do not forget where we've originated, what the culture is.
One more important thing, like Garba means we play around the pot. We make a circle around the pot, right? That is the divinity of Garba. That is like the pot symbolizes a life, like Devi Mata. It's womb of a woman.
Yes.
And the holes describes that throws light out of it. So that is life. But right now, what we are doing, we are playing around our chappals.
No, that's hilarious, but couldn't agree more. That is what we do.
Yeah, no, but now strictly, like when I heard this, I think so maybe Ankit Bhai said or someone said, and I really agree with that. And since that, not allowing any chappals in the center, we used to just keep our bags in the center, money and bags, that's it. We have to, everyone must remove their chappal and shoes outside the circle. They are not allowed. And everyone I'm telling, I follow the same thing.
Right, all the Garba passionates and enthusiasts, this is definitely a takeaway message. And I think that is the true respect to the Devi and the true way to go about performing Garba. Other than to Garba and Raas and Tipni, which are of course the Gujarat originated folk, Punita ji, did you perceive other folks in your training? Which are the other favorite folks that you enjoy?
I've done lots many, like Kashmiri, then we have done Gadwali, we have done we have done Pangi from Himachal, we have done Sangla from Himachal, then I've done Bihu from Assam.
Wow.
Right now, like 2 years back, I choreographed Gair Ghumar, that is Rajasthani folk dance, to NM College. They play with very long sticks. Really long sticks. It's like dandiya, but the whole choreography is within the circle and they keep on swirling round and round. And it's a beautiful dance. So different dance forms I kept on learning and teaching both. Because like I have never learned all those forms. Like slowly I keep learning through people, through different cultures. If I go somewhere, I try and grasp those things from there. And
inculcating the best of available worlds that we have to explore. All right, I would also like to understand from your point of view as a choreographer, when you are there doing your piece of work, maybe choreographing a song, choreographing a show, what is that one thing that gives you edge? In the sense कि आपकी क्या खासियत है, you know? And क्या ये चीज है कि आज एक lack of creativity या सिर्फ copy कर लिया? And there is a lot going on there in the market. What are your takes on the same?
Yeah, I was just about to tell you the same thing. Like right now, copy and paste is very famous and very in. Right. And I always believe that I should do my own things. Since I began my choreography things, I always try and create my own steps, create my own routines, create my own choreography, formations, whatever. I try and do new things because earlier I used to teach with schools in their annual functions. So I get lots of students, 100 students, where I get a lot of chance to create new things. Because within 10 to 12 people, you may not be able to do a lot, but within 100 people, you can really create good things. Like I have choreographed full Gujarat Utsav, like each and every folk from Gujarat starts with Talwa dance, Garba, Diya, everything if you have heard of Good Shepherd Ooty school, it's a boarding school. I have taught all the international students to they performed on a football ground, all 600 students together. We had formations and they all performed Gujarat Utsav on that
Wow,
ground.
that's the thing.
So it's different people, different organization, different gatherings. I keep on learning new things and I keep on creating new things. Never I used to repeat those things. My things I try and keep it to myself and just see, and I connect with the audience. Even the audience should feel that we are also part of this. It should not look like audience and stage different things, you know. So they I
Correct.
always involve them with the dancing part, and they really must feel that what they are into, that act, what they are seeing, what they are watching, they are following.
Absolutely, and we have some lovely comments also pouring in from your students. There are other many here: Sonal Mehta, Ramyata, Gautami, Jaimi 4K, and there is Gol Virali. She's like lovely. Punita Mills, my dance guru. So I think ये जो आप बात कर रही हैं कि ये आपकी एक यूनिक स्टाइल है जो आपके स्टूडेंट्स अभी कैच कर रहे हैं, and they
Yeah.
are imbibing those into their skills, and that's a
Right.
lovely gift from a teacher to a student. Also talking about आज के दिन की मतलब आज एक स्पेशली जब मैंने सोचा कि वेडनेसडे है, because initially I used to do my vision and voice only persistent to Saturdays. The thought process
Okay.
was like कि हम Saturdays only करेंगे ताकि हमारे guests की भी availability हो. Then I thought that this month has a lot of festivals, so I might as well try to have my guests. And today is Janmashtami. Today is that birth celebration of Lord Krishna, and a लाइफ चेंजिंग एक्सपीरियंस कहे मेरे लिए एक जरिए में, लेकिन आपके लिए टू कम अप विथ अ शो नेम सतवारो श्री राधे श्याम, एंड इट इज अ राधा कृष्ण बैले, राइट, उनके जन्म से लेकर द एंटायर लाइफ स्टोरी इज प्रेजेंटेड थ्रू अ लाइव म्यूजिकल एक्स्ट्रावागेंजा.
Right.
This concept, how did you come up with, what were the uniqueness of these, when was this happening, and what do we look forward to? आज के दिन पे ये खास कृष्ण जन्म पे आज हम ये बात डेफिनेटली डिस्कस करना चाहेंगे.
Right. Satswara is a dream come true. It's like history to the theatre. Like when I used to choreograph for competitions of KALAGURJARI or any other, I always used to select and choose songs which is connected to Krishna. Krishna Radha, all my Ras. I used to get first prizes for KALAGURJARI dance competitions and
Yes.
all. Later on, when I studies, like it went ahead, someone offered me like, let's do something on this. Then I immediately said, yes, come on, let's do. Means Krishna means even one page of Krishna Leela, you can create a whole show. One statement of Krishna, you can create a whole show. There is unending power of Krishna and love of Krishna Radha that you cannot just put it into 3 hours. But we tried our best. I tried my best to put it into 3 hours and involve everyone. And literally, I felt like showing them Vrindavan and Gokul in front of them, that they are within that era. They are not in Mumbai. They are not in 2008 or 2009.
Yeah.
They are actually into those Krishna Radha era, and they are part of that Ras Leela. They really play with that. They really enjoy. They play holy, everything into that. And that was a new concept of on theatre. On stage, because that time only drama and orchestras were on.
Yes.
This kind of dance drama, earlier dance dramas were there, but they used to story oriented properly, some story and dance and music and songs and all. So at the time of Asha Parekh ji and my guru Nritya used to be part of those ballets. She
Right.
was part of Bhagwan Samaj and all. She was part of Court Industry Mandal. So that time they were performing all these ballets. But this kind of play was a very different thing, very different concept, where we didn't have actual acting thing. We had more of narrations and dancing with music. And we
Yeah, so it was
selected
like a
that
whole
song.
package presented in a 3-hour thing, with an absolute, as you mentioned, the narrations were a part of it. As you were making your audience travel back to that era, experience, the blissful environment of Vrindavan, the Ras, the Leelas, and all the episodes with stage, lights, setups, costumes, props. so much that goes into it, and I think our audience also relate to that. Coming back, because we have very little time left on us, I'm just trying to cover the major areas, which is the main song, or rather, which was one episode from the Krishna Leela that is very close to your heart and which you have presented in your performance or in your show, which is that one favorite Leela, Krishna Leela.
There are so many in my Satar.
I know, right? Yes.
Yeah, very different things are there, but still one thing touches me a lot, like when Krishna eats mud. वो जब मिट्टी खाते हैं तो जशोदा मैया आती है and she asked like what you are eating. She said nothing. When she asked to open the mouth, तो वो अपना मुंह खोलते हैं तो मुंह में पूरा ब्रह्मांड दिखाई देता है. You can see the whole Brahmand in it. So Jashoda Maiya was searching that Brahmand. In that Brahmand, she searched for even herself, that she is looking into Krishna's mouth. She saw Krishna and herself, and she was fainted. She couldn't see it for a longer time. And when she was awake, she forgot everything. She didn't remember a single thing. So that's the best thing from Krishna. You learned, like, you have everything in yourself. You have to just search for it. You have to look for it, like what is within you. You have to discover from yourself. It is not like someone else will come and tell you, do this, do that. You have to yourself decide what you want to do. And one more thing, what he says is like, something doesn't have to be known, meant to be known. भूल जाना अच्छा है.
भूल जाना अच्छा है, right? I mean, can take as one learning, to have a way of life.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I think Punita ji, we wish you that ऐसे बहुत सारे अच्छे shows आप continue करें. And with your age, but that mesmerizing aura of yours when you're dancing, I think lucky is your daughter to also have pertained it in her genes, and all the students and appreciators and well-wishers like us. Abhi, now we have a few more minutes, so I wanted to do this because this is a fun segment, okay? So इससे हम शुरुआत करते हैं. So I have tried to do this with my live audience. I don't know हम कैसे कर पाएंगे. But I think you are a full fun personality, and I think you will be up for it.
Yeah.
अभी आपने perform करना है पुनीता जी. So audience, you please be here. I am going to have a quick game for her, and you can share your thoughts also up here. Okay, so this is called Bollywood hook steps. Okay, अभी तो मैं आप बैठे बैठे भी मतलब इतने फ्रेम में वो स्टेप करके दिखाना है आपको. तो ये मैं पॉपुलर बॉलीवुड सॉन्ग, because Bollywood is also something that you incorporate into your dancing style. Yes, I will do it in my style. I know that you are going to do this very well. So ना एक रैपिड फायर के टाइप में, मतलब मैं सॉन्ग का नाम दूंगी आपको, मतलब अगर हेल्प चाहिए तो मैं बताऊंगी कि ये क्या था, आप याद करिए और तुरंत वो डांस का हुक स्टेप यानी कि सिग्नेचर स्टेप जो है वो करिए. ठीक है, are you ready?
But I never follow Bollywood. I never follow Bollywood. I do my own steps.
Okay, no problem. We can have Punita's version of the Bollywood hook steps. Okay. That is absolutely okay. So I'm going to say this term. If you remember the step, you do that. Otherwise, come up with your own thing. Okay. So we'll go in the order of the evergreen songs to the young generation songs. Okay. Let's begin by Mohe Pan Ghat Pe Nandlal. This is Madhubala in Mughal Azam.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, I think the very first thing, the way she opens her is iconic, and how lovely representation. Up next is, wow, it's like the glamour coming out. Pia tu ab to aaja, Helen. Her just give it a try. Woohoo! Yes! Awesome. Okay. Up next is Shri Devi. मेरे हाथों में 9 चूड़ियां हैं.
Okay.
Wow. See, there is no music audience, but you can relate to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Up next is Madhuri. So I have 2-3 songs here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, तेरा करूँ गिन गिन के मैं इंतजार आजा पिया आई बाहर. I think this is like a classic one. Okay, next is चने के खेत में फंसी डोरी. Yes, amazing. Okay, the next one हम दोनों साथ में करेंगे. This is the iconic Anil Kapoor. 1 2 Kapoor. 4 2 1. My name is Lakhan. My name is Lakhan. क्या बात है. Now coming on to the rest of them, can you do Dola Re Dola for us? क्या बात है. सलमान ओ जाने जाना बैठे बैठे. Wow, this is so much fun. And Vani, Katrina style.
I missed you.
Katrina's Sheila Ki Jawani.
Sheila Ki Jawani.
It was like Sheila Ki Jawani, something like that, right? And the last one, I think the powerhouse of Bollywood currently, Ranveer Singh and his Tatar Tatar. Wow, everybody is, I think, have our comments here. Wow, and there are claps, and there is lovely, and wow, and all these comments are here. Before we sign off, I hope, Punita ji, this was a fun conversation. I tried to address these topics. Absolutely. Before we sign off, any closing thoughts? आपको कुछ और कहना है? हमारी audience को कुछ बताना है? Viewers will be able to watch this post live session on my IGTV, that is Drashti Vajar's IGTV feed, and also it will be uploaded on YouTube. One can check that out. Punita Hirani's classes are currently online, but otherwise offline classes. Pranav, Nritya, so details उसके बारे में before we sign off.
No, I run classes. You can take down my number later on. I just want to tell everyone one single thing. Like when you dance, you must dance with your whole body, soul, and mind. When you dance, your legs must glide, slide, and fly all together.
Wow.
When you dance, your hands must flow like water and an arrow. When you dance, your eyes must convey what is there in your heart. And when you dance, your mind must meditate. It should never be in the chaos. And when you dance, your smile must convey and throw happiness in everybody's heart.
Wow, this was so amazing. Thank you, Punita ji, for joining us and speaking about folk, our own music, our own culture, heritage, and many wonderful insights that you've shared with us. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful Vision in Voice. I love you and I hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you and take care and keep dancing and keep filling your house with a lot of memories, because I know your life is all about dance. So mind, soul and body में dance तो definitely है, और बाकी आपके घर में गोल्ड मेडल जो अवार्ड ने जगह ले ली है, लेकिन हम जैसे आपके वेल विशर्स, आपके चहीते मनपसंद लोगों के लिए we wish you all the very best. Once again from our audience we have happy Janmashtami pouring in. Love you both. Thank you so much all you wonderful people who've joined us. Do spread a word, and I'll be back with a Vision in Voice episode number 6 this Saturday with yet another interesting topic. Thank you once again, Punita ji. Bye. Goodbye.
Have a great day. Yeah, bye.
You too. All right, people. So thank you so much for joining in. It was indeed a fun session. The fun game was definitely a charm, but also the wonderful insights that we shared. I have something very interesting coming up this Saturday with episode number 6 on A Vision in Voice. This is your host, Drashti Vajar, signing off. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful session, and do come back to the next episode with some more interesting and wonderful insight on a very important topic that I'll be addressing this weekend. Thank you once again. Have a great, great day ahead. Have a wonderful evening. The celebrations are on. May you have all the blissful energies surrounding you, and may you have a ball of a time. Keep dancing, keep spreading smiles. Thank you. Goodbye.